So g'day, I'm Dan Wicks and I'm a part of Angel Seafood. Spend a lot of the days out on the farm opening oysters, and today I'm going to give you a good tutorial on how to open your oysters at home when you receive them as a part of the Hālo Club. So with our oyster, it comprises of two shells. You've got a top shell and a bottom shell. The top shell is flat, your bottom shell is curved. Okay, when we're dealing with our oysters, we always open our oysters with the top shell facing up. So we place our oyster into our specially made board with the hinge of the oyster facing backwards towards us and the front of the oyster facing away. And then we slowly slide our knife down through and apply a small amount of pressure until it pops up. This way your hand's well and truly out of the way. Once this is done, you place your oyster knife in between the top and the bottom shell and slowly slide your knife down, wiggling it through until you cut away the top shell from the bottom shell, exposing the adductor muscles. We can see the adductor muscle on here, on the top shell where it's been joined, and where it's still joined at the bottom shell. Then get your knife, slowly slide it down, applying some pressure to the bottom shell, cutting the meat, the muscle away from the bottom shell, and then your oyster is ready to be turned over. Oysters don't need to be turned over, but it allows for better presentation. I wanted to show you another method of opening oysters. If you don't have a special oyster shucking knife, you can simply use a butter knife. Grab your oyster, hold it on the hinge end, which is this end. Place your hand over the top, and it is quite safe. You get your butter knife and you place it between the top and the bottom shell, and sliding the knife in until you can get some pressure and lever the top shell away from the bottom shell. From there, you cut your adductor muscle. Your adductor muscle is what holds the top and the bottom shell together. You can see it here. There is your adductor muscle here, and that's where you've cut it away from this part. Then grab your knife, apply a small amount of pressure to your bottom shell, and you can cut the other side of the adductor muscle, and then the oyster can then be turned over for better presentation. That's your finished product, ready to consume.